Hello everybody, welcome back. Almost 2 months ago now, I made this video reviewing the new blocks from the upcoming Chaos Cube drop. And although I was pretty happy to get some new blocks in the game finally, I was a little underwhelmed overall. But since then, Mojang has changed pretty much everything. I mean, since I made that video, they changed block texture multiple times, added sulfur spikes, sulfur springs, a friend system, and also these really interesting geysers. So now that this update is seemingly almost done, I want to go through and experiment with all the new features in the Chaos Cube drop, like the new textures and geysers, to see if they live up to the hype or if it's just another really mid drop. And at the end of the video, I'll be building a house using the new blocks. So let's get right into it. All right, real quick, I'm gonna get all the new blocks out just so we can kind of look at what they look like here. All right, so this is hopefully the final texture of what every block is gonna look like. And I think they're like, some of them are really good, right? Like I really like the cinnabar blocks. I'm not sure how much use I'll get out of these. I'm sure I will use them. Maybe not the raw sulfur block. It looks just a little, you know what I mean? But I'm sure there'll be uses for it in like gradients and stuff. The sulfur spike is one of the new blocks I haven't messed around with at all. It's basically dripstone to my knowledge, like the way it works. I'm assuming, you know, you can hang it. It's kind of tough. Does it drop? Okay, yeah. So it's basically dripstone, which is kind of tough. But yeah, this is pretty much my first time like actually looking at the final textures, because when I made my last video, the snapshots weren't out yet, and they've changed the texture a lot since then. But I think it's kind of a nice middle ground, because they've desaturated it in the past, and now they kind of saturate it again. I think this looks all right. But the potent sulfur block is what I've seen recently, and I think it has like some interesting properties. Like some like glass out real quick. How does this work? Okay, so to my knowledge, right? All right, well, first of all, okay, if you're looking for a technical analysis, you come to the wrong channel, because I'm kind of looking at this as like a building sort of sense, right? I like the bubbles though, but to my knowledge, right, they like have a chance to like erupt at some point, right? Like what, if put magma under it maybe, right? I'm trying to remember. Okay. 1 second, I'm gonna actually research this for once, okay? Crazy, I know. Okay, so I'm back from a very fruitful wiki search here. Basically, if you put magma below it, it has a chance to like kind of like erupt, but if you put lava under it, it's continuous. Okay, hold up. That's kind of tough. Wait a minute. Hold up. Is this like... That's sick? Did my game crash? Hello? Okay, so we're back. That's pretty cool though. Is there a way to like cap the height of it? Maybe? What if we put like a block here? 2 blocks? Surely there's a way to limit that, right? Okay, so in less water, the geyser steam kind of goes like lower. So right now we're at like what, 4 or 5 blocks, right? So it's definitely like usable under a waterfall. I could definitely see myself kind of putting that under there for some like bubbles. And I definitely plan on adding that here later. But first, I want to kind of mess around with the new sulfur and cinnabar textures, because in my previous video, it basically looked like they were kind of more of like McDonald's sort of colors, and I think Mojang got like bullied into changing it, unfortunately. So now we have these more muted colors, but I think we could build something pretty cool with them. All right, so right now I'm in my house world, which you might recognize from the intro of like every video ever. It's a classic. But I real quick wanted to see like what this kind of block set would look like in the classic sort of like medieval style roof that I usually build. Just like kind of seeing if there's like a world where I'd use this here. I'm not exactly sure that I would. Super interesting sort of color though. It's kind of like a nice sort of pale red, you know what I mean? Like desaturated a bit. Color's not bad. The color really isn't bad. I don't think I'd use it like this though. I think maybe it could be incorporated into a gradient, because like there's not really a color like this yet. Like exactly, there's obviously a lot of reds, but like this sort of like palish red. 1 second, let me look at something real quick. Just trying to see what kind of gradients we could kind of make with this now that they changed the color. It's not awful. I don't think it's actually a problem with this gradient. I think the problem is everything else. 1 second. That's really not bad. I wish there was kind of a smoother way to blend these two. I actually don't mind this. Let's take a look at the sulfur set though, because like these are kind of, I feel like these are gonna be a bit harder to use really. Like yellow blocks in Minecraft, like there's not really a whole lot of them. Like there are, but they're all like really saturated, like the yellow blocks we have, or just like really ugly. So I'm not sure if there's really gonna be a way I could use these anywhere. Like this is kind of the selection that we're looking at, and I don't know if any of these are gonna really blend that well. Yeah, where do these really fit in here? Maybe like here. You know what? Like that's really not the worst thing ever. Would look better without the terracotta in there though. That's like low-key not that bad. But does sulfur really like fill a gap here though? Like does this look good without sulfur? I mean, it looks pretty good just as like a palette, but I think in terms of like smoothing it out, I mean, did that really help or is that ugly? I'm not sure. Let's try it out. I don't know if I'd say that really is a gradient. You know what I mean? Like, there's not much gradienting going on there, I don't think. Like, it looks okay, but not great. The red definitely looks more natural. I actually kind of like this. I don't know. Because, like, red gradients are kind of tough. Like, I mean, without the cinnabar blocks, they kind of... Like, I don't know how I'd do this. Like, something like this, I guess. Like, I think the cinnabar blocks do help. My game crashed again. Anyway, like I was saying, I actually do think this one looks pretty good. And I think this looks all right. I mean, I would never really... I'm not an endstone fan, so like I'm trying to use it, but would this like help at all? Not really. Like, I feel like that's not the worst thing ever, right? Either way, like gradient aside, I feel like this kind of new color for it. Not a fan of the play sound, by the way. I don't know, it's because it's like a brick. You expect it to sound like stone, but it doesn't. Anyway, though, like gradients aside, like this color is obviously like more usable for like a build. So I'm not really sure what else to say other than that, really. I mean, you know what I mean? Like the old color was like really yellow, but this is actually kind of a bit more neutral of a color, obviously. Like, yeah, it's a bit less McDonald's, which is probably what they were going for. Because like I mentioned earlier, they were kind of getting like bullied for it. It doesn't look bad. It's just, I mean, it's a bit less colorful, which is like fine. Kind of a bit sad though. I'm gonna see what these gradients would look like in like an actual proper build. I'm thinking a house with like a stone base, so maybe this one. I just think they would look kind of better with like stone, you know what I mean? Or maybe this build, honestly. Wait a minute. I think I'm gonna try using the cinnabar box here, and I'm gonna see if I can make it look good. This is the real world test to see if these blocks are good or if they're garbage. We'll see. Yeah, sorry, this kind of just like a build in the app sort of video. I just want to mess around with these new blocks, so I figured, you know, may as well talk about it, you know? What do we got so far? Okay, low-key, like, that's not bad. I mean, I don't know if it's not bad because I'm just the greatest to ever make a gradient. It's probably not that, but like, the black looks good. I'm not using a whole lot of it, but like this color, like, there really wasn't something this exact color before. So I gotta give it a little credit, you know what I mean? Like, that looks pretty good. Like, I'm not losing it, right? I think it's cool to have a wall that's sort of this color, because before, like, the closest red wall we had was nothing close to that color, so it's cool to have, like, a light red wall, I think. I like to change this whole house roof, by the way. That's too much work. This is kind of a proof of concept, so I'm doing, like, just what you could see from here. But I like it. I don't know. It looks pretty good. All right, look, I'm gonna say it. When they first changed the texture of this, I was maybe, like, the most against it that you could possibly be. I was kind of just like kind of upset. Like, why would you show it one way and then change it? But like seeing it in a build like this, I kind of get it. Obviously, it was kind of sad losing something so like bright and saturated, but something like this just wouldn't work if that was like a really bright red. So I think it actually works as kind of a nice middle ground between like concrete powder, concrete, and wool, and then like terracotta, mangrove planks, and netherrack. So I think it's kind of sick. I really like the way this house looks, by the way. Usually it's orange. I only do the front, but I like it. It's actually really sick. All right, let's move on to something else I had an idea for. All right, so a year and a half ago, I made this sort of build here, just kind of lay out what colors of wool I felt like had a good slab for. Because like if you're making a bed that's like bigger than a normal bed, you kind of need a slab to match it. Green is just really unfortunate, but red now actually has quite a few options, which I think is pretty interesting. Like I settled on mangrove before as the best option. Of course, there's red nether brick, but like come on, wrong color entirely. But now, honestly, like cinnabar might be my go-to because mangrove is like too desaturated. But the cinnabar looks pretty good. I think that is gonna be my new go-to if I'm making like a bed that's like bigger than just a bed, which I know is like a super niche feeling thing, but it comes up more often than you think. Let's see, does sulfur do the same thing? It might be better than bamboo. The bamboo like planks and everything just have like such like a disruptive sort of texture that sulfur might be better. I'm not as sure on that, but I think cinnabar is the new go-to red slab for beds, which is huge news for the unemployed, I know, but it's pretty cool. All right, I want to find a use for this yellow gradient I have. I don't know if it's as good as the red one, but I'd like to just kind of see how the sulfur block kind of fits in somewhere. I feel like I could see this house with a yellow roof for some reason, maybe. Let's see here. Let's see what it looks like. All right, well, keep it open mind. Keep it open mind. It's not that bad. It isn't that bad. This might not be the build for it, but like I feel like the yellow is not that bad. It looks pretty good. I don't think this is maybe the best house to kind of show it. I don't know if it looks good with dark oak and also like white walls, but I don't think the gradient itself looks bad. Let's maybe try to build it somewhere else as well. Maybe something like this. Maybe this house might look good. Like a low-key, that like it looks pretty good. Like I like the gradient. And I don't think it would work without the sulfur. It isn't perfect, but I don't think it would work without the sulfur block in there. I'm gonna place the rest of this real quick and we'll just kind of look what the house looks like, and then maybe we'll move on to some waterfall stuff actually. All right, I mean, I think this gradient looks pretty good. I think this is a thing I might like legitimately use the sulfur and cinnabar blocks for, which is basically just roof gradients. I know, crazy. I know, the roof gradients, no way. Who could have seen that coming? It's low-key all I use like half the blocks in the game for, but I'm really happy with it. I want to now go look at some waterfall stuff because I think the new sulfur block, potent sulfur I believe it's called, will have some really cool like kind of uses for waterfall stuff. Okay, so right here is pretty much like the only good waterfall I've ever built. I think it looks all right. At the bottom here, you can see this is kind of the best way you can make like the kind of bubbles. A lot of times people use like cobwebs and like just a bunch of random stuff to try to like emulate like the kind of water flowing at the bottom. But now we have like an actual block for it. So let's see, right? If you put lava underneath it, that's how this works, right? Let's just see. Let's go for like the pure experience here. I don't know what I'm doing. Boom. Boom. All right, what's that do? Nothing. Sick. Did I do that right? Oh, there's no water there. Obviously, obviously it needs to be water. Right? Hello? There we go. Okay. Okay, well that clearly is not gonna work. Okay, surely there's a way to stop. I feel like I've seen people stopping it at the surface, right? How do I do this? Okay, so clearly I'm missing something. Okay, so let's use our brains here for a second. Okay, lava, sulfur, okay, and then water. So can we like stop this all? Not really. So we just have to make this like under the water by that many blocks, I guess. And then what, can I like, maybe put like, I'm sure I'm doing this in like a really unoptimal, oh, ladders, stop it. We'll figure it out, we'll figure it out. Okay, that might be it. Hold up. That kind of height might be it. Let's like put these like maybe like in here, you know what I mean? One second, let me move this. I'm just gonna try to put a couple of these around and see if they look good. I don't know. It's a learning process, all right? It's a learning process. Yo, Lowkey, like, it's kind of sick. Wait a minute. Okay, it's kind of sick. I see the vision now. I understand how these work. I'm gonna put like 5 of them around and just see how it looks, I think. We'll see. Ooh, we get some height variation too. So this one's a block lower. I think I'll do one like that over here too. Real quick. We'll see. Oh, so it can go through like 1 block. So I could probably, or not. Wait, so I can go through a block, but only like sometimes. Like if it's like a block above the, I can go through a block here, but not here. That's fine, whatever. But low key, like that actually looks sick. Hold up. Maybe put like more kelp around to kind of hide the fact that there's like these. There's gotta be a way to cover these, I think, right? Trapdoor, maybe. Wow, I'm so good at typing. Oh, so like toggleable too, I guess, with trapdoors. All right, so maybe they're not like coverable, but like either way, that looks so good. Cause like before there was no way to do this pretty much. Like obviously there's like bubble columns, that doesn't really like do anything. I mean, like we can just throw one in there to see. You know what I mean? That's like nothing. I mean, maybe you can mix a couple of these around, kind of just add to it, but like overall, like they don't do much compared to, honestly, the mix looks pretty good though. Hold up. Low-key, I kind of like the mix, just like the sort of barely visible like faint bubbles there along with like the geyser. That's like really sick. Yeah, maybe this update isn't that bad, you know? By the way, me calling update bad is like, is mostly a joke. I think it's an alright update. Just some of the drops recently have been a bit mid, but I think this one's pretty good, honestly, overall. Like 2 new box sets, kind of geyser stuff, some world gen, the sulfur cube. It's not bad, you know. I think it's a perfectly fine drop. All right, but now that I kind of cooked on the waterfall, I want to go back to the blocks here, and I'm gonna try to take another shot at the sulfur and cinnabar house. This one's gonna be a bit different. I'm not just gonna use them. I plan on using sandstone stuff in there, but I want them to be kind of part of the main focus of the palette, and see if maybe with these new textures it looks a little better. I think I'm gonna go for a similar palette to what I did in the I forget which video it was, like the first video I did with these blocks, and that's gonna be like something like this maybe. I kind of want to use a different block for the foundation though. Like maybe bricks might look fine. I think brick, and like we could have a red roof, and like we're making a little scale model here. We could have like a yellow roof as well. Kind of like bolt. Wow, that looks beautiful. If that doesn't give you confidence in this build, I don't know what will. But yeah, basically my idea for this house is maybe the left side will have like a red roof and the right side with a yellow roof, and then maybe they'll blend somehow. I'm not entirely sure. not gonna go for anything crazy here. I just wanna like kind of try out the new block textures really and just see how they fit into a build. Get foundation going. Okay, again, very simple shape. Nothing crazy here. Door, window, very, very textbook stuff here, you know? Okay, I think I'm gonna make this a bit longer though, because I kind of want to incorporate like some sort of tower into it. We'll see though, I'm not 100% sure on that. I can't use world edit because I'm on a snapshot, so it's kind of torturous. Okay, you're seeing the vision, hopefully. We're going for like, it crashed again, oh my god. All right, so yeah, basically the idea for this is kind of like McDonald's adjacent, you know what I mean? Red roof in the middle, yellow roof on these sides, and I think I want a tower like right here with a red like spike on it, basically. We'll see though. Let's kind of plan these roofs out though. So red middle roof. Okay. Yellow side roof. Yeah, I don't like the play sound of that block at all. I don't know, it's just like, it's brick texture, you just think it would sound like stone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously I get that it's like not like stone, you know what I mean? Like, it's obviously a different block, but just the brick texture, man, I don't know. Okay, we're getting there, Beautiful. Kind of generic, obviously, but that's fine. Then yeah, this tower will like, I don't know how tall to make it not garbage. I don't know. Like I wanted to poke over this roof a decent amount, maybe 1 block taller than this. I don't know, we'll see. We'll come back to the tower. It doesn't really matter right now. I'm gonna get some block palettes out for these sort of roof sections here. Gonna mostly copy these, but maybe not quite all the blocks in them. And maybe for the yellow, we just kind of ignore the terracotta. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't know how this will fit, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, maybe something like that. Just like a kind of like condensed version of the palette. Because like we don't have as much room here. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. Copy the other side real quick, you know, quick speed run. All right, the yellow section of the roof is done. I actually really like the way it looks, I think. I don't know if I'll like it as much once I get this tower in though, because it might kind of blend together a bit, which I didn't really consider. That looks fine. That doesn't look bad. We fill this in, and I'm gonna get started on the red roof. Again, I'm gonna use a similar block palette to what I kind of figured out earlier. I think it'll look pretty good. I don't know. I'm excited. Okay, that, like, I think it actually looks kind of sick. I was expecting to like it, but I do actually like it. I want to do this tower real quick. I think I'm gonna, like, make it slightly, like, round. I think that'll just work better with the height, because it looks kind of a bit too wide for the height it's at. Obviously, you know, fill these blocks in. Yeah, that's definitely better. That's definitely better. All right, so how do we want to do this? I'm just gonna get the shape in with whatever these blocks are called. Cinnabar bricks, and then I'll texture it. Kind of the same gradient I use for the roof, probably. All right, it's not bad. Obviously, I need like a trim on it though. I think we'll just go for spruce. I know, I use spruce too much. I don't care. All right, let's texture this. I don't think I have room for like the whole palette, so I think I'm just gonna go for like something like that, maybe. God, the sounds for these blocks are just kind of like, you know, Mojang usually really cooks with like the sound design. I don't know if I feel that way this time. It's not bad though. I think it's all right. Decent looking tower. Maybe get some trapdoors in there. Sure. Looks pretty good. And Lowkey, it's kind of like it, like for the build itself, like all the hard parts. I mean, I'm just gonna get some windows around. Maybe like here. I don't know where exactly. Sure, whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a few windows around, texture the walls, and then we're like almost done. Obviously, I'm gonna get like a porch in, some lanterns, some flower pots, but like the hard part's done, basically. The hard part is definitely done. Okay, like Lowkey, like I don't know, man. I feel like it looks pretty good. Get some glass in, get some doors. I'm gonna get lanterns, flower pots, a path, and then I think we're kind of just done. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. This house is dedicated to my patron Mixr. I appreciate your support. But with that, I think that's about it for this house. I actually like really like it. I don't know. I think the gradients I use for the roof like are kind of fire. I wasn't really the biggest fan when I was making them over there. But I think in like an actual build with a palette kind of thought around it, I think it looks pretty good. Let me know down below if you enjoyed this video. Sorry, it's kind of a bit more of like a yap style video. I don't know. There's not really... There was no real plan for this video, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like the waterfall stuff and the house and all that. Let me know down below. You know, I got a Patreon, I got a Discord, discord.gg/rowannn. I'd really appreciate if you joined. A lot of cool people in there. Let me know down below if you want to see more of these kind of just build and yap sort of videos. I don't know, but yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next one. Bye. And of course, thank you to my supporters: Aelic, ThaMango, Tommi, Natural High, Lezlo, Crumbcakes, Val, Guy Buddy, Sai, Veloxra, NotZyloz, and of course, Mogswamp. See ya.